Come in.
Hey, Brian Olson with NetSuite. How are you?
Jackie Davis. I'm doing well.
Do you mind if I take a seat?
Of course, yeah.
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to meet with me. Here's my business card. It has all my personal contact information, my cell phone, my email. You can reach out to me at any time, awake 24 hours a day. It's just a millennial thing to do.
Awesome.
So it was really nice to see Brock the other day, at the tailgate. It was a nice win over Vanderbilt, and we're looking to go strong into the Florida weekend.
Perfect. I'm hoping so. I actually graduated from Georgia as well. So
really? Go Dogs.
Kind of in the blood, yeah.
Yeah. So just before we get started, is there anyone else that needs to be here and could benefit from hearing this conversation and is in the decision-making process with you?
Honestly, it's just me right now. Like, I kind of get to sign what I can sign.
Okay.
So you're talking to the right person.
That's awesome. Well, I do realize that you are a very busy woman, and 20 minutes may be a little stretch in your day, but is that still a good time?
20 minutes is perfect. No
Okay.
much longer though, just 20 minutes, please.
Perfect. So I have prepared a soft agenda today just to kind of outline what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So first, I'd love to just kind of understand PTI a little bit more, and then find out some of the challenges you may be facing, some bleeding points that we may be able to bandage, and then maybe a demonstration of NetSuite and how it could solve some problems, and then maybe talk about next steps.
Okay, that all sounds really good.
Okay, perfect. Do you mind if I take some notes?
Oh, yeah.
So let me just kind of hear about what PTI is all about and maybe some goals that you kind of have for the future.
Well, we are obviously Talk to Rock, family-owned company, which has been great. I love my family. We kind of keep it like church and home, definitely, where we have our business as well as a little fun in times, but the two are very spread apart. So I've really been lucky, honestly, just working with the people that I trust the most and also getting people on board that are very trustworthy.
Okay.
So to answer, I guess the growth question, we, right now, this year, 9% growth.
Okay, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely worked hard for that and wanting to increase it to 10 or 11, kind of break the barriers of those double digits.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, but I don't know if Brock talks much about you or much about this to you.
Yeah, so is that, the 10 or 11, is that projected for the next few years?
Not projected, which is kind of a sore subject, I guess you could say.
Okay,
but
right.
We're definitely trying to see how we can change that. Next year, we're at about 8% growth, and the next year 7, which is not 10.
Okay,
like I said.
right.
So.
Got it. So what do you think might be the cause of that declining growth or might be hindering the double digits?
There are probably a few factors. It's kind of taken a lot of success and failure and a little bit of in between to see what really is helping our growth. But I would say one of the main issues is that our salespeople are kind of like chickens with their heads cut off, to say the least. Like, they're all running around crazy, and when they need things done, we have our Excel sheet, which we do all of our database off of.
Okay, so that is your current CRM system?
That is, yes, Excel.
Got it. So kind of to get a better understanding, what is something that you like about your current system?
It's really, like you kind of joked earlier about being up 24 hours. It helps the millennials. It also, really the people that have been in our company forever, honestly, like me, who we're not completely tech savvy. So it really is a great CRM system for all ages.
Okay.
It's really easy to use. People aren't like up in arms about it, fussing about it. So that's really
right. So what, kind of going off that, what are some of the things you might not like or some things that could be improved upon it?
That is actually one of the main topics of every day I work with my company. Yeah. Going off of people loving it being for all ages. The times are changing. So it's kind of hard for us to be so spread out and have two different systems for inside and outside salespeople, and for them to get all their database together. And like our secretary is sometimes like being thrown all this random work to put in this data, which like we value every one of our employees. So to kind of give her that dirty work is not what I would really love to be doing.
So what is a salesperson? How are they putting in this data?
So they're going out like with leads that they have, or people that are back in our Excel sheet. It might be 100% right all the time. So I would kind of go back to one of the things that I could change to human error is a thing.
Human error is, everyone does it. Yeah,
so it's one of those things that could be fixed. And really, so they're day-to-day, they're going out making the sales, putting it in their database system, having to really come all the way back under our Wi-Fi, little shelter over here, and then going right back out to make more sales. So it's a little give and take.
Okay. So with that said, how much time do you think is being spent from your salespeople inputting data or coming back and putting in the data, or your secretary putting in the data? How much do you think is that per week?
Per week? Probably more than I'd like to admit. Probably 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, got it. And in that 3 or 4 hours being spent on just putting in data, do you think you could be getting some more opportunities for growth in that time?
Oh, completely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think that time could be spent in other places. It isn't obviously right now, but definitely for us to improve, it probably needs to be different.
All right, perfect. And you were kind of talking a little bit earlier about growth and where you want to see PTI in the future. Where are you kind of working to hope to expand to?
Oh, well, we are expanding southeastern states every
Right,
year,
right,
so
right.
Definitely the next few years trying to branch out and really be on the map of Fortune 500 company, just kind of get in the know. Yeah, so we really want to expand and do it ethically and do it successfully.
Right. And do you think you have all the information necessary to kind of know where your business stands at all times and like where you can invest that money?
Yes and no. I feel like obviously our investments in the past have done us well because we are doing our 9% growth, but like we didn't talk about, it is going down. So perfection is not really achievable, and so I think there are some holes.
Okay.
Less or more. Right.
So with those holes, how are you kind of being able to spend your time to see where your company stands at that moment?
To be honest, it doesn't really, like our Excel sheet, it does a lot for us. It's really good to kind of go off of, but, and like in terms of all of that, it's not really there 100%.
Okay, so how much time do you think you might be spent seeing where your company stands every week?
Me personally, 6 to 8 hours
okay.
of times that I would love to be doing a lot of other things other than hanging out in my office, just away.
Got it. So if you could eliminate that time, would you be able to give more directives and quicker increases in your salespeople?
I think so. I think, obviously being our family business, it's whatever I'm doing kind of trickles down. And so if I'm out here just going at it, getting those sales of my own, then I think that follows it itself. So I think that 6 to 8 hours is something that could be spent in a lot of other places.
Okay, so with your issues of maybe incongruity between your sales inside and out and wasted time and forecasting, do you think I could move into a demo of NetSuite and how it might apply to PTI?
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay, perfect. So do you mind if I come around to your side and show you?
Of course.
Just bring this around over here.
No, you're fine.
Sorry, I have a password.
You're good.
Gotta keep that information safe.
Keep those people out, I understand.
Right. So this is kind of what NetSuite looks like.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do all the hands and working.
Perfect. I'm not too technology advanced here, so be a little patient, please.
So the first thing I'm gonna have you do is click the dashboard button right up here.
Okay, so right here?
Yep. The little home symbol.
Okay, awesome.
So this is going to kind of give you the overall theme of what PTI is going to look like.
Okay.
So you're going to have your key performance indicators, which is kind of going to see where your maximum growth is. So like as you were talking about earlier, this is going to say how much growth is that you're facing at this point in time.
That's really
So that's going to be all taken care of, that you're never going to have to do that by yourself.
Okay.
So that's going to kind of fix your problem, whereas you're spending those 6 to 8 hours a week.
I could completely agree with you on that.
Right. So the next thing I'm going to have you do is click the reports up here.
All right.
And then sales.
Sorry, I said I wasn't very technologically advanced.
You're okay.
I wasn't lying.
So here you're going to see all your sales data.
Okay.
So this is going to be in real
time.
Wow,
so this is all like real data from...
Right. So as your salespeople are going out and those making their sales, they can input it right from their smartphones or laptops or iPads, any smartphone mobile device, and they'll be able to put it in right then and there, and it'll show up on your computer back at the office.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be in real time. It'll be constantly going. You're never going to have to refresh the page.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm kind of in charge of making sure everything is just together and everything is the right data.
Right.
And so will that say that there was like a mishap of the same person. How does that? Will that just handle it?
So this will also say who's been interacting with which clients. You see right here, you'll have each client, and then we'll say this is the last time we followed up with them, and who is the one that did follow up with them.
So we're not going to be double calling.
Right. Okay. So you'll never be annoying your customers.
Good.
And then the next thing I'm going to have you click is look at our forecast tab right here.
Oh, all right.
So this will be actually able to project where you're going to see PTI in the next few years, whether it be your sales, your employee salaries. You're going to be able to see all of the forecasting available. So you'll get a better idea of where PTI is now and where you can see it in the future. Okay, good to know. Right. So kind of based on what we've talked about here, do you think PTI would be a good fit?
I think it would. Like I said, a little older, obviously, and not really well equipped on all of this, and you're kind of coming in here telling me you are up 24 hours a day, you're obviously very young, hip and cool. Like, can you really help all ages? Like, how?
So, kind of a little background about me. This is actually I'm starting my third year with NetSuite. Okay. So, kind of the first 2 years, I was able to make the top 20% my first year in sales, and then actually go up to the top 10% in the last one. And then, so right here, I actually have some testimonials of some past clients I've had.
Oh, this is nice.
So they'll be able to say they're kind of past clients that are very similar to PTI. Okay. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar in structure and size and products as well. Excuse me. Okay. So this is kind of give you the breakdown, and these clients have told me that they are more than willing to talk to you. They'll be able to testify and say that I know I'm young, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay, that is very reassuring. It definitely was kind of a fear of mine, but definitely seeing other people say that you're not just a random guy off the street is pretty nice. Okay, so kind of the next thing I wanted to talk about is maybe pricing and maybe next steps. Yes, that was my next thought. It's a little expensive, I would assume. So I did a little research prior. Okay. So I saw that you guys made 168 in sales, 168 million. Yes. That's awesome sales for your first years. I'm so sorry. No, you're fine. And so through a little more research, I was able to find out that the average American works about 2,080 work hours every week. Is that pretty similar to what you're working with? I would say, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to write 2,080 right here. Okay, perfect. And so if you divide the 168 million divided by these 2,000, you're going to get around 700 or 70,000 every year or every hour in sales. Wow. I did not realize that. Yeah. So kind of looking back at the 68 hours that you're working with every week just to forecast and see where PTI is every week, and then the 3 to 4 hours your salespeople are kind of communicating with your secretary and inputting this data. To be conservative, let's say that's 9 hours. Okay. And so 9 hours times this 700,000 or 70,000, that's going to equate to almost $33 million per week. Okay. And this is kind of where we could see the most improvement. So this is, just to be a little more visual, I'm going to write out a little teeter-totter right here. Okay. So over here, we're going to see kind of the payoffs that we can get from NetSuite. Okay. And then the pricing. You said you had about 28 employees? Yes, that is correct. Okay, so the 28 employees times, it is $129 a month per employee per month. Okay. And we do 12-month partnerships with NetSuite. Okay, so it is going to equate to about $44,000 for the whole year. Okay. I know that's a steep price. But if you look at it in comparison to the $33 million that you save every week, you can kind of see where the difference is and maybe the payoff it's like a very quick return. So I can't agree with you on that. I didn't really ever think of it like this. So it's always taken into a little more perspective taking. Yeah, no, completely. Right. So kind of based on the little the payoff you see here and the in contrast to minimal pricing. Is this something you might be interested in moving forward with? This definitely is. I'm just going to be very candid with you, and we're obviously a very close-knit company, so I'm going to probably have to bring this to
my other colleagues and see how they're feeling about it and
Okay.
make sure that they are 110% because this is obviously a huge change.
Right.
But I would really love maybe you're like more of a demo for them. Or
Yeah. So how about we could
do that?
Yeah. So maybe perhaps next week, if that works with you, I could come in and maybe you and a few others could take a little test drive of NetSuite and actually apply it to PTI.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. I think they'd really like that.
So what date works best for you?
How about next Tuesday? How's that for you?
Tuesday? Okay.
Maybe in the morning.
All right. I've actually prepared a little next steps contract here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to write down Tuesday.
Perfect.
And what time works best for you?
9:30.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll say 9:30 Tuesday next week.
Sounds
We
good.
can take a test drive. Everybody can get their feet wet in it.
Okay. That's good. We definitely need to be 110%, so thank you for respecting that.
So another thing is, while we're going to be here coming in, if you do decide to move forward, NetSuite will supply 2-day training for all of your locations. This way, because we are a national company, but we will go to every location and train every single one of your employees in it.
That's very good to know. I will definitely pass that on to them and get them comfortable with the idea before coming in, just cold.
Perfect. So I'm just going to have you sign right here, and I'm going to be looking forward to your next meeting next Tuesday.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Perfect. I have my John Hancock over there.
Thank you so much. Well, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day. I look forward to meeting with you next Tuesday.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.